Yeah,
All
I
right,
think we are live.
guys. There we are again, live in the Gandhi Effect. Uh, as you all guys know, we are here every Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What time is in India, Deepak?
It's 9:30 p.m. 9:30
9:30
p.m.
p.m. So this is what you have in the middle of the work. You can listen to us. You don't have to participate all the time. You can listen. You can watch this video. If you are ready to go to bed, then right before to go to bed is the best opportunity for you to participate and listen in our talk that we're going to have today. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. My name is Gustavo Romero. I live here in Naples, Florida, sunny Florida all year round is sunny here. And with Deepak in India, we are here to provide value for you to get the most out of personal development, coaching, and give you really helping those people that are out there that they need an extra help and they might not even have the money right now to have a coaching, and so we can coach them at a distance, right? So we are streaming right now in about 10 different locations. We're on Facebook, private and public groups. We are on LinkedIn. We are on YouTube. So if you watch us on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and if you are in Facebook, please share and like as well. And please send your comments. We'll be happy to talk. So how you doing, Deepak? How are we getting ready for this day?
Thank you, Gustavo. I'm doing pretty fantastic today. I hope everybody is having a fantastic Friday. So it's about the having a fantastic Friday. I'm having a fantastic Friday. Hope you are having too. So I'm doing excited. I'm a mindset. Let me introduce myself. I'm a mindset coach and personal development consultant from India. I'm in India currently, and I'm currently coaching people in multiple countries. I help them shift their mindset and to create the results they want to create. I came into personal development. It was like God's blessing. I got this book, Think and Grow Rich. But today we're going to discuss what is into that book. uh,
Yes,
and I got that book and I started reading that book. The reason I started reading that book because it really hit me. It really hit me. There is Napoleon Hill wrote like that. There is a secret in this book. If you can find it, you can achieve anything you want. I think I'm a very ambitious person. I want to know things, and when something hits me, I just want to know the answer. It's the curiosity in me. To know that answer, I was just reading that book over and over and over and over again. I did that for 1 year. Everywhere I was traveling, I was listening the audios of that book. So the chapter faith, desire, persistence, imagination, all the chapters was going into my head over and over, and I think that's where my conditioning started shifting, and I started asking more questions about the universe, the laws, and everything, the laws that we are discussing here. So it's great. Since then I started attracting Bob Proctor and I started watching his videos, and then I started working with his consultant. Since then it took off like a rocket. It's like I started shifting my paradigm and I started helping people shifting their paradigms. And then since then, just keep going. We are just very, very going very good. So
excellent.
thank you everyone wherever you are joining us. It's a really, really welcome, and it's a pleasure talking to you. And thank you for joining us. So what we have, Gustavo,
Yeah, where we have
today?
today, we have a special law that we're going to talk about. But before that,
Mhm.
what we're going to do is we agree that you all guys need a foundation, right? So a foundation has basic principles. A foundation
Mhm.
is built the same way in all the houses, right? You can have a two-story home, you have a large home, a small home, a five-window house or 10-window house, doesn't matter. Foundation is also built the same way. And so with Deepak, we decided that we are going to be repeating every single class the confidence success formula that Think and Grow Rich Napoleon Hill put on his chapter of auto suggestion. And we're going to read it and we're going to talk about it. And so the whole idea, the reason we're repeating it is with the power of repetition. We want you to memorize it. We want you to read it. You want you to be your dominating thought, be this formula, because it's gradually is going to improve your life. Remember, life and you can see it every day. You can be in bed and you can think that you want to wake up, but you're never going to wake up by thinking. You're going to wake up by doing, by actually waking up and taking action. So we were talking today with a couple of clients too, and we were saying, well, you got to make a choice in life. Are you going to be a leader, or are you going to be a victim? A victim is someone who blames other people about their own results. And a leader is someone who takes responsibility, makes their own decisions, and they takes their own action in what they want to do. So you need to make that hard decision in your life. Are you a leader? Are you a victim? Are you going to keep blaming other people about the result, the government, the politics, everything that's going on around you? Or you taking over your life and moving forward? So for that point, why don't we go into our book, Think and Grow Rich, and we can read the success formula. Why don't we do this? Wait, Deepak.
Hmm.
I will read the first one. You can read the
Hmm.
second one, and we can talk about this. And
Hmm.
so, what is the law that we're going to talk today?
It's a law of receiving. The law of receiving we are going to talk about, and it's a very great law. When I started understanding this law, my life started shifting, my mindset started shifting. So I think for everyone, it's very very important to understand this law, and how you can apply this law into your life, and it's gonna change your life forever. You know,
Yes.
I literally mean forever. It can change your life. Before going into the self confidence formula and success formula, I would like to share my personal story, how I get into it, and what I used to do with that. Uh, I remember when I was in college, when I got started, it's 2018. I was like doing engineering at the time, and I used to have a child. I don't know how many people can relate to that. You have a white paper, just like it's a whiteboard, but you have a white paper. I used to have that white paper, and on that paper, I used to draw that stick person. Okay, I used to draw that stick person, conscious mind, subconscious mind, and matching the frequency. I used to draw all that thing. I put that there, so I can read it. I can see it over and over and over, and beside that I used to write all my goals. This is the thing I want to do. This is the thing. At the time I had one goal that uh, I said for 1 year, I gave myself 1 year, that was $300,000. I wanted to earn $300,000 in a year, and eventually I failed into that. But that was a good experience. I remember when Bob said, set a goal which is so far beyond your reach, and that's what I did. And that's what I did. Earning that money, it was like so much thing that I'd never done that. So that's what I did. And what I used to do is I used to take this self confidence formula and stand every day in front of that the same drawing I draw, and I used to read that. Okay, I used to read that. So I used to read that every single day, and I used to repeat my affirmation, and I used to read that over and over and over. And I think I did that for 2-3 months consistently. And then, I started focusing on other things, so that's how I get into it. And I think it's a very, very powerful exercise to do, that's where I started developing my self confidence. It's very, very important for you. Just like Gustavo is saying, the base, if you're making a building, right? And the most important thing is base, right? If you have the base right, everything is gonna be right. You can make a beautiful building, right? You can make, and the base is not strong, think how many times that building is going to sustain, right? So you want to have a strong base. The strong base is coming from a self confidence. Okay. And I think what Bob says is very, very important. Self confidence comes from understanding of who you are. Okay, who you really are. If you really understand who you really are, you're gonna become very, very self-confident. You're gonna have that confidence. So, but there is a way to develop that confidence. Your mind works on auto suggestion. Every time, every single second, either you are suggesting yourself or someone else is suggesting you. Okay, some of the things, but suggestion is going on. It's all the time going. It's what are you suggesting to your mind? Okay, and it's taking it all the things. Okay, in that the same book there is a separate chapter on the power of the subconscious mind. The Napoleon he wrote, subconscious mind is a record house, and it records everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's very important, like you said, foundation is important because it gives us a point of direction,
Mhm.
right? So we know where's the north, and from the north we can go to the south, we can go to the east, the west, but at least we know what that point is. And that's
Mhm.
the whole idea. So why don't we get started with the self formula? And I think so there's all the things that you've been talking are in the formula. It's going to help you to understand why we chose this success confident formula. Always remember this: everything you have in your life today is a result of what you believe you can have. So the car, the relationship, everything is a belief of what you have. So you're going to have what you believe. The lack of believing is a problem of confidence. The success formula for confidence is to build your confidence. You're going to be confident, you're going to believe it, and then you're going to receive it. Simple like that. So we don't need to over explain. Something is very simple, and you can see it every day. Every day, you know the relationship you have with your spouse or with your friends is a good relation because you believe it's a good relationship, and the relationship that you have bad is bad because you believe it's a bad relationship. You can shift that belief, and the relationship will shift, but it's a decision that you personally have to do. It's a, this is not a pill. This is something you have to work on and make it happen. But the beauty is
Mhm.
that as you build into it, momentum builds up, and then you're gonna get the results you want. There's always gonna get the results. Goals are important, and like you said, Bob Proctor said the same thing. Fix a very large goal because then it give you a more a purpose, and it give you
Mhm.
more life expectancy of the results and the action you're going to take, and that's what you're going to receive. All right,
Yeah, I
excellent.
think it's really
So why
very
don't we get
important to
started with
have
the
that.
formula?
Mhm. So you're going to read the first, so or should I start?
Yeah, yeah, you can do the first one, and then we can talk
Okay.
about it.
I'm,
And
I'm really excited about it, you know. So
yeah,
I'm gonna do the first. I'm
all
really
right, go
excited
for it.
about it. I'm gonna do the first. Okay. So it's at there are 6 steps to it. Okay. Because those who are struggling with the self confidence, I have given this to many people, and they have come up with the excellent result with that. So the first step is I know that I have ability to achieve the object of my definite purpose in life. Therefore, I demand of myself persistent, continuous action toward its attainment, and I now promise to render such action. Okay,
Very,
so it's very
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 proud.
important to understand. I said I know that I have the ability. Just like I said, you need to have that understanding. Okay, the basic of self confidence is having that understanding of who you really are. If you know who you really are, you're going to become super confident. Okay, the reason I'm a super confident person because I really understand I'm not this body. I'm not Deepak is just a name for me. Okay, and this body is where I live. Okay, so that's what then who you really are, who I am really. We all are spirit. Okay, we all are spirit, and we function on frequencies. Okay, we function on frequencies. Einstein was a very very bright guy. He had done so many things in the past. He said match the frequency of the reality you want. Okay, so he knew about it. Tesla, no one knew about it. Every successful person knew about the frequencies. Okay, the question is whether you know it or not. If you know it, you can achieve a lot more into your life than you do right now. Okay, so this is the first step. Okay, affirming this thing to yourself is going to give you that confidence. Okay, so you want to add something to it, Gustavo?
Yes. So yes, I wanted to say something. Yes, when you said to yourself, "I know I have the ability,"
Mm-hmm.
this is auto suggestion. You auto suggestion to yourself that you have the confidence that you have the ability to achieve the goal that you established to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we doubt because the goal doesn't manifest as fast as we want, but
Mm-hmm.
it's because of a problem of seeing how the goal is going to manifest. So in the law that we talk about, the law of receiving, you have to have, when you know you have the ability, you have that confidence, you're not wishing, you're not wondering, you know. And when you
You're
know,
expecting.
you
You're
can
in a
take
state of
actions, and
expectations.
Yes, and you can take action, and that action will have a lot of meaning in achieving the
Mhm.
results you're going to get. You're always
Mhm.
going to get the results. It might take
Mhm.
longer than other people, but the speed of receiving will come from just strictly from your belief, and your belief
Mhm.
comes from your self-confidence.
Mhm.
Now, this is very interesting because it said, I demand of myself persistence. So why do you demand of yourself persistence? It's because your subconscious mind, which is your paradigms, your conditioning, is holding you back. And because it's holding you back, you need to understand that you are two people inside of you. You consciously need to know and learn who you are in your subconscious mind. And there's two people. One who wants to hold you back because he wants to protect you. It's a prehistoric mind who wants to protect you. And you have a modern mind who need to influence the subconscious mind and tell him what to do and how to do it because it's going to be better. So you consciously have to demand of yourself action. Now, for
Mhm.
example, Napoleon Hill talks also about in the chapter of persistence said, if you don't consciously form the habit of making your mind a rich mind, you unconsciously are forming the habit of having a poor mind. So, people, if you're applying on money, you consciously have to force yourself that you are wealthy, that you're successful. You have to believe it before you become it, because if you believe you're poor, you're not going to make any effort of getting out of that poverty because you already conditioned yourself of who you are. So that's the powerful word when I said i I know I have the ability, because if you have the ability, you're going to act upon that ability. You're going to use it to get the results that you want.
Yeah.
And also very interesting thing, and we talk it in our class in the thinking to result, is that in the if you read the we have an article, it's called the common denominator success, right?
Mm,
And
I
we
have
said
that. I
the
have that.
you got it right. So
Yeah, I
the
have that.
right, the common denominator success, very interesting. It said successful people create the habit of doing the thing that failures don't like to do. And the reason they're willing to do those habits that the failures don't like to do is because, yes, because they seek results. They don't care the methodology, they seek results. Well, the failure said, well, I'm not willing to call 20 people a day. I'm going to just call one. If I get a sale, I'm going to just conform to that result. Well, one of the things he said is that when you make a decision in your life, that decision is a promise you do to yourself. It's worth nothing if you don't attach to that promise and take action every single day. Because if you stop one day, you got to start all over again. If you
Mhm.
start all over again, it's going to cost you more. And you need to think this way. And I love this because I explained it just recently in a class. Imagine you pushing a car. Let's say your strength is 100%, you have 100% strength in numbers. You push in the car. In the beginning, to get that car going at 1 mile per hour, 1 kilometer per hour, you will have to push at 100% strength. Once you go to 2, 3 miles per hour, you're going to lower that strength to 50%. And when this go, you want to go to 10 miles per hour, you just don't have to push that much. You're going to probably apply 30 to 20% of that strength, because the momentum, the
It's
weight
called.
of the vehicle, is helping the vehicle to move faster.
Mhm.
Well, momentum in humans is habit. And so the problem is that when you stop, imagine you just put the brake in it, completely stop. What does it mean? You got to start over. You got to start over
Mhm.
because you have to push yourself again 100%. What if you
Mhm.
will continue rolling the vehicle, you will never have to put 100%. You will put 10%, 20%. This is when in life
Exactly.
comes after persistence, you get those breaks, you get those results because you
Mhm.
got to keep on going. If you're doing
Mhm.
a business and you're not getting client, what do? You don't quit. You keep on going, keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. Persistent, persistent, persistent. And I promise you, Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, John Maxwell, Napoleon Hill, everybody said the same thing. And the 500 people who did a startup in were interviewed by Napoleon Hill say the same thing. Persistence is key to success. If you don't persist, you'll never succeed in life. But when you create the habit of persistence, success is guaranteed in your life. That's the beauty of that part.
Exactly. Without persistence, nothing gonna happen. It's like you gotta do it every day. There is no other option. There is no other option. If there would be, I would have given you a pill, and then you can just take the pill and become successful next day. But that does not work that way.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you gotta be persistent. So let's move to the second step.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Second,
how is going to reach that?
I realize the dominating thought of my mind will
Mhm.
eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into physical reality.
Mhm.
Therefore, I will concentrate my thought for 30 minutes daily upon the task of thinking of the person I intend to become, thereby
Mhm.
creating in my mind a clear mental picture of that person.
Wow, that's great. That's great to for the people who are understanding it, it's very, very important to understand it. I realize the dominating thoughts of my mind will eventually reproduce themselves in outward physical action and gradually transform themselves into the physical reality. Here we are talking about the mind.
Yeah.
Okay. You need to understand what is mind. Okay. Whatever you are thinking in your mind, that's what you are going to get. It's a dominating thought of your mind. What is the dominating thought of your mind? That's what you are expecting into your life. Okay. If you are thinking about getting a new client, you will get a new client. That's what your dominating thought. If you are thinking about something over and over and over and over again into your day, that is your dominating thought, and that's what you are going to get, because it set up a vibration in your body and you start automatically expecting that. So that's what you want to have. That's when I realized, he said, that's what you are affirming. Again, you are affirming this to yourself, that you are realizing, right? So that's what it is. And gradually transform into physical reality. Therefore I will concentrate my thoughts for 30 minutes daily upon the task of the thinking of the person I intended to become. That's where it comes, persistence, right? We were talking about the persistence. You need to do it every single day. Focus your mind on the picture of what you want to become.
Yes.
Okay.
So I will say a little thing. So I did it with a couple of clients that were struggling because they didn't know how to do this. So this is very simple to do it.
Hmm.
Take maybe three, four people you admire in your life and
Hmm.
write the qualities that you admire from them. So what are the qualities you
Hmm.
admire for your parents, for your mother, your friend? I don't know, Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, John Maxwell, Deepak, Gustavo. What are the things that they have that I admire? And write them down. And then write down a little story like you already have these qualities. You already have these qualities, and see yourself, I don't know, maybe driving a limousine or flying in a plane, or just focus for those 30 minutes, kind of creating that movie in your mind of the person you want to be. And this has to be done every day. You can't do it just one day and then stop. You got to apply it every single day. That's the best way easy way to do it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So that's what you need to do. You need to focus on the picture of what is the person you intend to become. If you do that, it's worked like a magic. It's worked like a magic. Today, the person I am, I was not the person. If you know me personally, you will know I'm right. Okay. Some of the person who talks to me today, they say that they are a different person. Okay. So how did I do that? I started seeing myself differently. Okay, I created that picture in my mind and I started repeating that picture every single day, and that's how my subconscious mind works. That's how it happened. No. So shall we move to the third step?
So I wanted to say something related with the law that we're talking about, the law of receiving, right? So when in your dominating thought, when you're doing something for someone, when you're giving something, your time, or doesn't have to be money, but it could be time or could be effort or trying to help someone. The law on receiving, in what we're saying here is dominating thought. Your dominating thought has to be in harmony with giving in a positive way. So you cannot expect that you're going to receive from the same person when you're giving, because that's what we call trading. What we want to make sure is that by law, the same law that comes cause and effect, giving and receiving, and all laws are related one to another, is simply that when you give, the universe, God, or whoever you believe is a higher end for you, is going to provide back to you what you put out. So if
Yep.
you giving in good, you're gonna receive in good. So
Yep.
if you're thinking that you're gonna make a lot of money and have a bunch of employees down there like slaves, I will tell you you're not gonna get a lot of money. Or you might have it, but it will come with that negativity in it. You really want to be in peace with yourself. You don't want to be pushed in two different ways, right? You really want to focus on providing service to other people because you want them to be serviced as the best of their quality. You see, when you go out to the store to buy a Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola really making sure that it's providing a good product, good quality, in a good bottle. If the bottle is broken, they give you a special discount or they take it out of the shelf because they want to give the best out to the client. And when the client receive a Coca-Cola and it's in very good condition, they're willing to pay more or pay what is worth, right? So when you're giving out, don't worry about receiving because that will come naturally
We'll
by
discuss more about that. We'll
focus
discuss
on
more about that giving
giving
and
the
receiving,
best to the other
right?
person. Yes.
Yeah. So let's move to the third step.
All right, go for it.
Uh, okay. I know through the principle of autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. Therefore, I devote 10 minutes daily to demanding of myself the development of the self-confidence. What do he mean? What do he mean? He means that he understand. He said, I know the through the principle of auto-suggestion. That's what we are talking about. The principle of auto-suggestion. What are you suggesting yourself? Okay, auto-suggestion is simply a suggestion to yourself. Okay, by yourself to yourself. Okay, so it's you talking to you. Okay, you see your outer reality, they are talking to you through TV, through social media, and these days, they're just bombarding some of the information you know they are talking to you either directly or indirectly. So it's auto suggestion is you talking to you, and what you're going to talk to you. That's what he said. He said, through autosuggestion, any desire that I persistently hold in my mind will eventually seek expression through some practical means of attaining the object. Okay. Anything, that's what we are coming here. Anything you are suggesting to yourself, anything you are saying that I already have it, okay, or I'm worthy of it, you're going to get it. Okay. You're going to, as simple as that, you are going to get it. Okay. So, so at the object back of it. Therefore, I will devote 10 minutes daily to demand of myself the development of the self-confidence. Okay. So every day you're devoting yourself to the development of your confidence. That's what, again, it comes to the repetition. Okay. Again, it's come to the persistence. Okay. So every single day you are just reading it. Every single day you are just doing it. Maybe you are writing it, maybe you are reading it, speaking it, whatever you are doing, it's what you are doing is you're suggesting yourself. And when you do that, your mind will start shifting, your mind will start changing. Okay.
Yeah, and I also wanted to say something that auto suggestion is very strong. So I had a couple of clients that they were very low confidence, right? So what I did, I did it for myself actually a couple of years ago, and I've been sharing to my client. And if anybody here, the audience feels that they need any help with confidence, I prepare a document which is all the positive affirmations that are associated to yourself. So I collect this from Google. I went to different sites. I took all the positive affirmation that normally you will tell to someone about themselves, and I put in a paper. If anybody, and even you, Deepak, I'm going to share with you too, so you can pass it to your clients, is to have it. Because once you read that, when you have low confidence, and I see it for client, you read it every day. But as you move along, you can read it once a week. It just remembers you how valuable you are, and also it give you the understanding that how powerful is your mind, suggesting to yourself how good you are, and it comes to pass in your mind. Then when you act upon other people and you're going to service other people, you're going to give to other people, where are you giving from? You see, A lot of people said, I have to give, but I'm feeling like I'm running low. So you're giving from the wrong source. You gotta give from the infinite. You need to draw all that energy, all that giving from the infinite, because it's the infinite is going to give you back. It's simply like thinking that you're going to plant seeds and you're gonna get plants. If you go and buy seed, you're probably gonna be a limited amount of money that you have. You can buy those seeds, but if you can seed from nature or from life, you take the seed, you plant it all over, more abundance will come. So it's all about what is the main feeling associated of giving, and that is going to provide the receiving that you're going to have in your life. Auto suggestion works very strong with the feeling associated in every thought that you put into it, and that feeling has to be associated with something that is good, that is coming, and never lose faith, never lose persistence in achieving the result that you want to achieve.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
All right, let's move for the fourth one.
yep.
All right. Fourth, I have clearly written down a description of my definite chief aim in life, and I will never stop trying until I shall have developed the sufficient self confidence for its attainment. Now, very interesting. Never stop trying. That's associated strictly with persistent. Persist, persist, persist. The other thing is I will develop the Sufi self-confidence for its attainment. So it means you constantly are gonna focus on knowing yourself, knowing what motivates you, what discourages you, and keep on the motivation such you can do it till you get what you want.
Yep. Yeah. I think there is a quote, there is a quote from one author. I don't remember the author, but he said very, very beautifully. He said, self confidence, he said the self confidence is the first prerequisite of great undertaking. Okay. Self confidence. Think about it. Self confidence is the first prerequisite of the great undertaking. Okay. That's what he meant. He said, I'll never stop trying until I shall have developed the sufficient self confidence for its attainments. You want to develop the self confidence for what you want. Okay. Once you get that self confidence, it's that's what he said. It's the first prerequisite. You are already on the way. You have already achieved, I would say, 60 to 80% of the way. Remaining 40 to 20%, it's just a continuous action, and you just keep getting. Self confidence is the belief that you have in you that whatever I want, I can get it. Okay. And when you start operating from that attitude, the confidence will automatically show up in your behavior. Okay. The confidence will automatically show up in your behavior, and you will start creating different results for yourself.
Yes, yes, that's correct. You want to read the fifth one?
Yep. I fully realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless built upon the truth and justice. Therefore, I will engage in no transaction which does not benefit all whom it affect. I will succeed by attracting to myself the forces I wish to use and the cooperation of the other people. Okay, we are taking in two parts. Okay, so what do
Yes.
you mean? I fully realize that what it's very, very important thing to understand. Until or unless whatever you are doing, it's not based on honesty and truth, it's not going to sustain. That's what All Nightingale said in the condensed narration, and it really stick into my head. Whatever you are building, it may be a business, it may be a relationship. If it is not based on honesty and truth, it's not going to sustain. Okay, it's never going to sustain. It cannot sustain with the truth, and you want to understand it. Okay, when you do understand it, you're gonna start apply it. So it's like the whatever you want to build, right? Whatever you want to build, it must be on honesty and truth. Okay.
Now, let me put
Yeah.
something like that. I'll give you a personal experience. I like to buy in the market. So I go to
Mhm.
the grocery store, but I like to go to, we have a,
Mhm.
a market, like a poor market nearby. And I go to different vendors and I like to kind of negotiate with the people, and it's kind of fun to do it. And so I went to one
I don't
place,
do that. I
and
just go and buy whatever I want.
yeah, yeah. So and it's very interesting. So the person had this beautiful box of oranges, right? And I don't. I'm a Latino, so not always trust everything. So I started picking the fruit in the front, trying to look the how was the one behind, and the fruit was really bad behind, right? So they were putting the nice fruit in the front, but the old fruit was in the back. Most people won't do that. Most people won't take it. I was doing it, and I take it by experience, and I realized that I could not trust in this person because he was trying to build his business in a dishonest way. In other words, I'm going to show you the beauty, but in reality, you're going to get a very bad fruit. And
Mhm.
I said, thank you so much. I'm not going to buy it. I crossed to the other side. There's a Cuban guy on the other side. It's very good. And I know he doesn't do boxes. He show you all the fruit. He said you pick the ones you want. You pay you want. But I have to pay more. But I picked the best fruit for myself, and he is willingness to do that, and it
Mhm.
has my trust. So every time the first store I go and check, hey, do you have this? Do you have this? And I mostly buy from it, knowing it's a little bit more expensive than the other ones. Go to the other ones will try to show me a good fruit, but behind is not as good, right? So everything you build in your life, if you see in real life everything you have around you, let's say you're going to buy a car. If the car, we have laws in the United States called lemon law, that if you get a car that's in bad condition, you do it all what is possible to make it work, but it doesn't work, they have to give you the money back. It's a lemon
Mhm.
law. So if the car is in bad condition, you, you're not going to keep buying it, and the brand lose reputation in the long run, right?
Mhm.
If you see that way, Toyota has been able to build a strong reputation alongside all over the world for reliability and always being there reliable. And I have thousand stories. You can go to Afghanistan and all these guys in the with their guns and all that. They are in a Toyota Hilux, and going to
Mhm.
the and all that because those trucks last forever. So focus on whatever you're building in your life, whether it's a personal relationship or business relationship. Always being honest at the front. You might not be
Yeah.
the cheapest one, but it will pay it off. People will value the
Mhm.
quality and what you put behind that. That's it's important about truth and justice. Nothing lasts unless it's in truth and justice.
Exactly. That's what you need to understand. Everybody need to understand. We all have understand this thing and we have applied this thing. Anytime we are going to build anything, which I know it's in the base of to honesty and truth. So that's the way I do it.
And we can associate it with the giving and receiving. If you give
Mhm.
the best of
Mhm.
yourself to others, they
Mhm.
will value and they will give you back the best of they have. So you're
Yeah.
willing to pay more when you are being provided a good service, and the reward is going to be greater. But if you are bad at giving, you're not performing the way it's being expected, people will stop working with you and you end up bankrupt or without a business. So very important, your principle of giving, the giving has to be being sincere and truth, and people will value that and will be a long lasting business or a venture that you want to start.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Next part. Okay. I'll induce others to serve me because of my willingness to serve others. I will eliminate hatred, envy, jealousy, selfishness, and cynicism by developing love for all humanity because I know that a negative attitude toward others can never bring me success. You want to mind that. Okay. You want to mind that. Okay. If you have a negative attitude towards something or someone, it's not going to do any good to you. Okay. Okay. It's not, and probably it's not going to do any bad to them, right? Because it's your business, right? It's your business and you're building it and you're doing it whatever you're doing it, right? So have a good attitude toward others.
I,
Anytime.
I wanted to share something about the giving and receiving on this too, and about envy, jealousy, selfishness, hatred. They
Mhm.
are not together but are separate. Put it this way: if you are on the road and
Mhm.
someone is pushing his car
Mhm.
because he ran out of gas, for example,
Mhm.
if you are far on the way and you can see this person pushing this car, if this person is providing or giving himself or giving to
Mhm.
other people because of vibration, what he feels about it. So if he's upset about being out of gas and is pushing this car, is kicking the car, is screaming bad words, is aggressively. Most people, and probably sure you too, are just pass on, right? You don't want to deal with the problem. But if the person is consistently, persistently pushing the car, is you don't see any negative attitude to from the person out, is really putting out himself, is giving up to the environment, and giving up to giving a sense of, I need help, I really need help, I'm humble, I need help. It's not about getting hatred, but I really want someone to help me. So it's just giving peace, giving, really giving and receiving something good, not giving hatred, but giving humble need, and
Mhm.
people will stop and help you.
Exactly.
So,
And
so
that's what it
to
is,
help you, and will probably do
Mhm.
more. They will find the gas. They will drive you to a gas station. If you don't have the money, they'll give you money. They will give, because people naturally wants to help. People naturally wants to help. But if you have a bad attitude and you think people should help me because what I am, and you get all proud about it and all hatred about it, or fear about it, people will try to avoid you and just pass on and not get involved with you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. All
Okay.
right. Let's read the third part.
Okay. I'll cause others to believe in me because I'll believe in them and then myself. Okay. So that's what it is. When you believe in others, right? He said, uh, I'll cause others to believe in me because I'll believe in them, right? So if you're building business with people, right, you gotta believe in them, right? So that's what it means. Okay. And then he says the sixth
For
step is.
example, I'm gonna say one thing. You can see it everywhere. You want to
Mhm,
go and buy a car,
mhm,
and they believe you're gonna pay for that car, and
mhm,
so
yeah.
they finance the car. They finance the
Mhm,
car. They finance the house. They finance the trailer. They do financing to you because they believe that you will pay back. And
yeah.
because they believe in you, guess what? You're gonna pay back. You're gonna make the commitment to use your money wisely to pay them back. But if you don't pay them back, that affects your credit, and people stop believing you're gonna be able to pay, and they stop lending you money. When you learn the lesson and you pay back everything, the people realize how good you are, and they will start trusting you again and start lending you money again. And
Mhm.
you again will be able to move ahead and get the things you want, right? So you have to start believing. You got to believe in people. You got to believe in giving, so you start receiving.
Yeah.
I'm going to extend a little bit longer this. The power of believing, of giving and receiving. Put it this way, and probably Deepa, you can attest this. I was raised in Latin America. You were raised in India. You got probably in the 30s, or on the 20s. You got two group. You got rich people and you have poor people, right? So there were no middle class. It was rich and poor. And now
Mhm.
the rich said this: what we can do to make more money, right? Or what we can do to help more people, right? The money is simply the reward. So I would have put it, this is the reward of what you do. And so how can we help more people? And they create the middle class. Who is the middle class? The middle class is poor people who wants to be rich but don't have the money. So what they do, they finance it, right? So the rich is someone who make 100 and spend 50. A poor is someone who made 50 and spent
Mhm.
50. And a middle class is someone who made 50 but spent 100, right? Is financing it. But
Mhm.
this is very interesting because when the world decided to give credit to people, and give the opportunity for people to be able to live a life more wealthy, a better life than a life of poverty, but a life of a middle class, the whole industry in the world changes. Now, the whole industry changes because now people can buy cars when only millionaires could buy cars before, or people can buy houses. So there's construction companies, there's more materials, there's more labor, there's more cars, there's more food, there's more production, there's more need for this huge amount of people who now has the consistency of paying remaining there, but are using the economy to feed themselves and at the end, the whole world improve. So this is not just simply you. The effect that you do impact the whole world. When you believe in someone, that person can give so much back, but the world is what we call it is a collateral benefit. The little thing that you do will benefit so many people, but these people are gonna contribute for the one is giving back to you. Go ahead, my friend.
You want to go to the sixth step?
All right. So the last part is said, and I will put. I always read with my client this way. I think so it's going to include all of us who are
Mhm.
watching us, you and me, and all that. So out of this formula, we will sign our name to this formula. We commit it to memory and repeat it aloud once a day with full faith that it will gradually influence our thoughts and actions so that we will become a self-reliant and successful person. We
Yeah.
all gonna do that because this is the whole idea of reading this every day. And now we deep into explaining. But as we move along in the classes, we're just gonna read it and read it and read it and read it. And we're gonna read it so many times you're gonna say, you know what, I don't want to go to the class because they always do the same thing. Is we don't do the same thing. Every time we read it, we always get something different because you are different today than you were yesterday. And tomorrow you are going to be a completely different person than you are today because change is inevitable. But personal growth is a choice. And we are not
Choice.
giving you that choice. We're teaching you, we're helping you to be better. You can be better, but you have to stick in the class. You have to be here, participate, do the exercise, and move along. Now, okay, my friend, let's go for it.
Great, great. So it's his. We have completed all the steps. Okay, we have completed all the steps. So
Yes.
here is also the thing that to give you the importance of this. He said also, back of this formula and back of this formula is a law of nature. Okay, you might be thinking, what is the secret written in the? Just let me give you a clue. Okay, back of this formula, there is a law of nature which no man yet has been able to explain. Okay, it has baffled the scientists of all ages. The psychologists have named this law autosuggestions and let it go at that. Okay, remember this book was written in 1930. It was written from 1908 to 1935, 36. Okay, at the time. Okay, so you got what I'm giving you the clue. What is the secret? Okay, you if you're smart, you'll get it. Okay.
Yes. Yes. It's a one basic
So this
secret.
formula is
that
backed by the law. Okay,
I
the secret which you're talking about. Okay,
yes.
just get it. Just keep reading it over and over and over and over again.
And as you keep reading it, you will
Mhm.
naturally realize what the
Mhm.
secret is. That's the beauty, because the
And you can there
secret
is no there
is
is no
start
way that there is
manifesting
no
in your
other
life.
way that you cannot get the secret. There is this is the way. Repetition. You just repeat it, and one time will come, you will develop that understanding. And it feels like the secret is just sitting in front of your eyes, and you don't it's like you're here, the secret is here. Okay. Okay, once you match here, it starts seeing it here. Okay, so that's the way it works. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
the way it works. So yeah, we were discussing about the law of giving and receiving, which is very, very important to understand.
I think so. We've
So
been applying the law of giving and receiving all the long
yeah, we have
along
been
with
applying it. We are doing it, but the best part for discussion, the whole purpose of discussion is to so you can understand the people who are watching and the people who are going to watch, and they can apply into their life.
yeah.
So whatever, understand this. Okay, we have been talking about giving is the first law of the universe. Okay. Okay, you came in the universe because somebody gave birth. Okay,
Yes.
came in this planet, right? So it's the first law of universe. So you want to understand it, you want to bring it in your mind, and what is that you are giving is determine what is that you are going to receive. Okay, so if we are talking about the giving and receiving, right, we have to talk about this. Maybe most people think, what can I give? I don't have nothing. I don't have anything to give to people. Are you really sure you don't have anything? You might have time. You may be good at something. Maybe I'm not good at some of the other things, as this, there are so many other things that I am not good at, and I'm really serious about it. And there are so many things, but not this thing, not earning money. Okay. I'll not count earning money into that, which I'm not good at. Okay. So that's the thing, you want to understand. Okay.
So, for
Giving is the
example,
first.
I gotta tell you something very interesting. For example, in the Bible, Peter was going through Capernaum, I think so, and
Mhm.
he's walking through, and there's a beggar, right? And the
Mhm.
beggar said, "I need money. I need money," right? And Peter came to him and said, "I don't have money, but I can give you a blessing."
Mhm.
And he gave him the blessing, and the beggar was blind, and he was able to see. Right? It was a
Mhm.
miracle, right? Happened there. So you don't have to have something. You have everything you need is in you.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
You don't need
Okay.
nothing material. Material means nothing. Materials, you die,
You
all
don't
the
have to be
material things are
millionaire to
gonna
start
belong
giving.
to
Okay.
someone
You
else.
don't. You don't have to be
Everything you
millionaire
need,
to start giving.
everything you
You.
need is in you, is within you. And so the simple thing you can give to someone else is a patch in the back. How you doing? How
Mhm.
things doing in your life? Everything okay? Give a hug. Put a smile. Really giving out of your heart. You really want the best for the other person.
Mhm.
And the other person will feel that and will
Yeah.
give you the best of them as well. Doesn't have to be money. It has to be
I think
something
you
that
will receive it. You don't even have to get it from someone. You will receive it automatically, because giving and receiving is like, I have some of the coins here. I have some of the coins. I will just put it. There are so many coins. I just putting there. Every coin has a two side. Okay, every coin has a two side. Okay, it's giving and receiving. Whatever you are giving, you cannot. Just don't think about, if I give something, what will happen. I don't receive. You'll always receive. Okay, and your receiving depends upon one thing. How much you are going to receive is going to depend one thing, is your intention behind that giving.
yes,
Okay, so you want to ask, what is my intention behind that giving? Okay, if intention is to just receive something, you're probably not going to get much of the things. But intention is to add value to people life. Okay, making their life better, and that's what our intention is today. And it has been for past weeks, and it will be for future weeks as well. Only God knows what is the thing you are going to receive. It's like abundance. Okay, it's
yeah,
like abundance. You cannot. It's like, I love what Bob says. You can only count what you are giving. You cannot count what you are going to receive. Okay,
yes,
so it's multiple thousand folds you may receive. So that's the, if the intention is right. So set your intention right while you're giving. So that's the way you can get.
yes, yes. All right, guys. We are getting closer to the time. Uh, I know we couldn't cover everything. I think so we can
Mhm.
move it to the next class. The next class is
Mhm.
going to be next Friday. We are going to keep talking about the topic. Don't miss it. If you have any question, please contact Deepak. We put his Instagram account there. You can reach him on Instagram. I put
Mhm.
also my website. You can reach me on my website or reach me
Mhm.
for any of the links that we have here. We've been answering several questions and concerns of different people. And first, I want to thank you. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes, and really for promoting this video. Pass it on to other people. There's a lot of people out there that might be just be the
Need this
one
information,
talk they
right?
need to listen a day,
Yeah.
and you can make a difference like that. You don't need money. You just need to grab this video and forward and pass it and share it to your group, to your friends, and they will decide whether they like it or don't like it. But at least you make the giving has to come from you in a good heart, of course. Deepak, I want to thank you so much for your time. I know
Thank
it's a
you.
big effort to be 9:30 p.m.
Mhm.
On a Friday. I bet you
Always.
had a lot
It's
of
a
plans to
pleasure.
do later.
It's a
And
pleasure. It's a
you're such
pleasure
a
being
great,
here.
yeah, you're such a
Mhm.
great guy, and I really enjoy having this talk with you because you're very knowledgeable. It seems that you have such a great understanding of the laws and such an understanding of all these about personal development. I really appreciate. I'm very, very grateful for having you in the program. This is amazing. So thank you for that. And let's get ready for our for meeting
It's
this
a lot. It's
all
a
this
lot. We
time
will discuss.
for next week. All right, guys. Well,
Okay.
thank you so
Thank
much for your
Thank
time.
you, everyone. Okay, just thank you, everyone, for joining us. Either you're from joining from Facebook or YouTube or wherever you're joining from. If you really like it, give it a thumbs up. Okay, if you don't like it, you can just give it a dislike as well, because YouTube has that feature, right, to dislike. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Just post a comment. If you have any question, post a comment. If I see that comment or Gustavo's, we will definitely try to reply the best we can do. Okay, or if in other case you want to book appointment with me or any Gustavo, or you have my Instagram, Facebook, wherever, you can just reach it to me, and we can just move it from there. Okay,
All right,
maybe
guys.
we can solve some personal problem of you. So it's great to have you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much, guys.
Gustavo.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.